Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing this new e-file that I got. I absolutely love the fact that it has the desktop charging. I just hate having to plug a cord in and then I can't use my e-file while it's charging because it's on the bottom and all that. So this one is actually seated onto the charger. So this is the brand GOGO, and they are on Amazon. They reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try out their e-file. They did send this to me for PR, so I did want to mention that. But all reviews and opinions are always my own, no matter if I receive it as PR or I work with the brand or anything like that. All opinions are always my own. So yeah, I chose the pink one, and pink's not really my color, but this is not like a I don't know, like a soft pink. I like a bright punchy pink. So yeah, this is really pretty. And I absolutely love the little hearts on the O's. I thought that was super cute, like a nice little touch. I will have this e-file linked in the description below because, spoiler alert, I love it. It is really awesome. But I did want to leave some of these little things. Some people like watching them get peeled off, so I just decided to leave that in the video. This is actually my first time looking at the e-file on the video, so I will be giving you my first full impression as far as like what I remember feeling when I opened it. Also, if you notice, it does come fully charged, which I thought was amazing, because there's nothing like wanting to go use your e-file immediately and then it not being charged. So yeah. Oh goodness, there are bugs. I'm sitting outside to do this voiceover. It is nighttime and the bugs have found me. But yeah, it does have a pause on the top. You have the reverse, you have the forward, and then you have your connecting point. So the handpiece is relatively small. I have basically child-size hands pretty much. So the handpiece is a little bit on the smaller side, but I love that. It is not very heavy. It has the twist to lock, which I absolutely love. Some of them you have to push that bit down in there, and I am not a fan of that at all. So, because it feels like you have to use no strength to push it in, and then you have to use Hulk strength to pull it out. So I'm just not a fan of those e-files. I do have a couple of them, and I just do not like that. So the twist to lock is awesome. Here is the stand. It has the rubberized feet on the bottom, so it's not going to float around or dance around your desk while you're working. It actually stays put relatively well. And then I was surprised at the bits that came with it as well. I love using these pink ones for my cuticle work. They are super gentle on your skin, so I was actually surprised that it did come with those. I love those, and I love that aspect. So now here are the charging cords, and then I had to check I know it has to come with some kind of directions. So here is the warranty card, and I did DM this person on Instagram my order ID number, and I did get the warranty. So make sure that you do that so that you can activate your warranty in case you have any issues with the e-file. And here is a little bit about the e-file. I didn't leave all that in there. If you want to look at it, you can. It's just your typical e-file instructions that come in all of them, just how to use it. So if you do purchase it, it will be in the bottom. So make sure you don't toss that or the warranty card. Now it does fit into this nice little slot relatively well. And the charging port is in the back, which I do love so that I can just hook it up while I'm working and it's not in the way. And if you notice, this cord is pretty long, so I could plug this into a wall port. It's got a good bit of cord. I didn't unwire it because I didn't need to use it because obviously it was already fully charged. So yeah, I didn't need to use it, so I don't plug it in. And it does come with 5 slots to put your favorite bits. I use probably about 5 different bits whenever I'm doing my own nails. It really just depends on what I'm doing. I only use one of these bits this time doing my nails. I don't particularly like using this larger sanding band or this mandrel bit to do like a removal or anything like that. I do show it though, just to show you the difference for when I switch bits and why I prefer the other bit that I'm going to show you. And then this little bit, this plug goes into the e-file itself, and then it goes into the handpiece. Is relatively long as well. Some of them come really short, and it's like super tiny. Like, how are you going to reach what you're doing? but I really, really like it. It feels nice. I have no complaints about it. It's not really the box itself is not very heavy, and then the e-file. I'm gonna let you go ahead and take a listen to it really quick. And as you can tell, it does not get very loud. I had that handpiece all the way up to the microphone for recording, and you could hear my laundry tossing around in the background in the dryer, like 40 feet away from me. So that handpiece does not make a lot of noise at all. The only thing I am just not a fan of is how loose it seems in the charging port. I do feel like that could get kind of crazy whenever, like, it could kind of bend the charging port. But we're about to test it out. I'm gonna let you see how it works. I have had this nail set on. I've been rocking shorties for about 2 weeks. This was about 1 day shy, probably it was day 13 of having this set on. This is the set that I put on directly after I did my 3D wave gel video. I was obsessed with the wave gel and I just had to try it on short nails. So I decided to put them on my shorties, and I rocked this manicure on my short nails for about 13 days, like I said. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when I use the mandrel bit to remove them. And then I'm actually going to switch to my favorite 5-in-1 PANA bit. I just love the PANA bits. I am a huge, huge fan of PANA. Their bits are on Amazon. They're relatively inexpensive. I'm just a DIYer. I use these on my own nails. I don't use them on any clients or anything like that. So I just prefer to grab the cheaper bits. And then I do plan on trying out Erica's ATA, but they're just a little out of my budget at the moment. But I do plan on trying them out. I do have my MelodySusie dust collector. I have my little film underneath as to save my it saves the filter so I don't have to buy it so many times. But a dust collector is definitely something you really want to invest in. It keeps the air out of your lung, or it keeps the air out of your lungs. It keeps the dust out of your lungs. But yeah, I got that set up. I use it on high, and you'll see how awesome it picks up all of the dust. I'm going to put it on forward since I'm going to be using my right hand, and I'm going to put it on 4 RPMs. I don't have to go any higher. I mean, I could, but I just have a layer of builder gel over my natural nails and the wave gel on top of that with some chrome and then a top coat. So I don't really have a lot on my nails, and I've been doing really well letting them grow out from the damage that I had done before, and the damage has actually all grown out. So, because when I first started messing around with the e-file, I mean, I had to learn, but I've all that damage has grown out. I don't have any more damage on my natural nails. So, usually I keep them relatively short like this. This is a little bit longer, but I've actually been having the ability to have my natural nails grow a little bit past my free edge, and I've just been kind of enjoying the short nails. So yeah, I'm going to actually be doing a video very soon of showing you how to do a peel off method over top of your, if you want to leave a hard gel layer on your nails or any kind of builder gel or rubber base on your nails. I'm going to be trying out 5 peel bases. I'm going to be using my tried and true bubble peely base, but I'm also going to be trying 4 other Amazon brands that I found, and we're going to test them out. I'm going to do a video showing you how I apply them, and then we're going to test them out, and I'm going to show you how they work. So stay tuned for that video. I think it might be one of the next few videos coming, but I do have it planned, but I'm just kind of working really slow. Life, the kids are a lot. So yeah. I do have some videos coming. I'm going to be able to try to get at least 1 video a week, if not 2 videos a week. So yeah, I'm really kind of getting back in the zone. And I know that come October, after we've kind of settled into a routine, I will be able to start doing a lot of fun fall designs. And then I'll be doing a lot of different did a lot of different fall things, autumn things, and then working my way to Thanksgiving. And then after Thanksgiving, I've got my fun Christmas stuff. So I just cannot wait. All right. So back into this video. I switched to this bit. This is the 5-in-1. This is a medium grit 5-in-1 bit. This is my absolute favorite bit that I own at the moment. I love this bit. Sundara makes, they sell a 5-in-1 bit as well, just like this one. I just have this one, so I just always reach for this one. It's always there, readily available, always close by, and I'm just so used to grabbing this one. I recently got the Sundara ones in a recent video, and I've been trying them out, but I like to try out when it comes to like certain things like bits and stuff like that. I'm a little wary sometimes about trying out new bits just because of all the damage I did before. I just keep my e-file slow. It's still on 4,000 RPMs, and I'm just being very careful, especially around my natural nail. But I can use this bit to push back my cuticles a little bit. I can use it to remove the lifting, because with the 5-in-1, it is going to be fine at the tip, medium, and then it goes to like medium. It has like different grits on the actual bit itself. So I'm able to do a bunch of different things with it. I kind of just try to use the center to the middle. I don't ever use the back side of the bit. I just am really careful. So when it comes to learning how to use the e-file bits, I just suggest going really slow with them. Sometimes I only use my e-file on 1 RPM, but I actually found that I cut myself less often when I use my e-file than when I use a hand file. Because with a hand file, I just get to go into town for some reason that I have no idea why. And with the e-file, it forces me to go a little bit slower because I'm more conscious of what I'm doing. So, yeah, and I definitely do recommend, if you're going to start with an e-file, I don't suggest starting with one that doesn't have a visual speed that you can read. I really think that it's important to have an e-file that you can read what RPMs you're going, and you can control that a little bit better. So I started off with like a $20 e-file that was on Amazon at the time, and it just had like a dial to like push the speed up or down, but I could never tell how fast I was going, and it vibrated a lot. It was on the heavier side, and it wasn't my favorite. So I definitely suggest that if you're really getting serious into using an e-file, I would definitely spend that $40 or $50 and get you a good one from the start, so that you don't do any damage in the beginning. Um, and yes, the quality of the e-file does matter. You don't necessarily need this particular one, because I do think this particular one is on the pricier end of it. But I mean, it does have a charging deck. It is really, really, really quiet. It has like almost no vibration. So to me, this would be worth the money, and I probably still would have gotten it had I tried it out before I purchased it. So it's really, really good. I have about 4 or 5 e-files, and this one is now sitting on my desk for top use. So yeah. So we are done with that part. So after I do this part, I like to what do I do after this? Let's wait and see what I do after this. It really just depends what kind of mood I'm in. I usually like to go in with my mini mandrel. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with this bit. This bit just gets a little bit of more of that cuticle up. It just roughs up near my on all of the new growth. It just roughs all of that up on my natural nail, and it pushes the cuticle back just a little bit more. And then what I like to do after I do this one is I like to use a small flame bit, or like a almost like a rounded to a point bit. I think it's called a flame, but it could be called something else. I don't know. I'm not a professional, y'all. I am just the at-home DIYer. I try out the bits. I watch other people use the bits. I watch a lot of nail techs, and I just don't have time right now to go to school. And I don't really know if I plan on going to school in the future, but I have thought about it and doing other people's nails around here because you have to drive out of town to find a good nail tech where I live. There's not one good one in here. And then to be able to be a mobile nail tech, that's kind of what I would want to be anyway, is to like go to people's houses and do their nails there, like, or have my own little workshop that's like a trailer that's mobile or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of like thoughts that I had about doing that in the future. But right now, my priority is for my kids. I do a couple of friends' nails. I do my sister-in-law's nails. As y'all know, she's been MIA for a little bit doing her own thing. She's got a busy life right now. So I haven't, she stopped in for a quick second, but I didn't have time to like record them. So do her nails. I obviously take care of my daughter's nails. I just do manicures on them. Um, and then my oldest cannot have polish on for school purposes, so I just do just a regular manicure for her, and she loves it. So yeah, I just try different things. I don't use the e-file on my daughters. I use just regular no e-file. So I definitely plan on throwing that kind of prep in as well one time. I just like my e-file. It works. Now this part is optional, super, super optional. I know not a lot of people are not comfortable with it, but I have practiced long enough, and yes, I have chopped myself up. I have cut myself, as I did just a little bit in this video, but I am very careful most of the time with it. Well, I'm careful all the time, but sometimes I don't really succeed. But this part is very, very optional, and a lot of people choose to not do it. There are other ways to remove the cuticle and the epinicium and all that, those fancy words. I do know what they are. I just, yeah, I do my own. And the people that allow me to do their nails, they trust me, so I do it for them if they so choose. If they don't, I don't do them. But this part, I just feel like makes the nail look a little bit cleaner. Just personal preference. If y'all don't want it, there are people that don't cut cuticles. There are people that don't do this part. I just like it, so I do it. But yeah, I just feel like it just gets all that stuff up. I just only showed a couple of nails just because some people like it, some people don't like it. But I will always cut that part, cut the cuticle, cut the epinicium. I will always cut that part off. Whatever. Like whatever's hanging is coming off. It's dead anyway, and it's not about to stay there. And I had 2 weeks of growth on that, so yeah, it was time. But now I'm gonna go in with my last part that I like to do before I do my fill in, and I use my mini mandrel. I cannot say enough good things about this mini mandrel bit. I think they're sold everywhere now. I use a 240 bit at this point because a lot of my natural nails exposed. I try to remove as much as I can as far as removing before I do a fill-in. And y'all see that looks great. You can't even tell where the growth is. You can see a little bit of discoloration, but as far as like lifted parts and smoothness and being prepped and ready, this mini mandrel is like my last step to making sure that all of the nail is roughed up, and then all of the parts are ready for gel application. You just want to make sure that you're not leaving any smooth spots, and you're also not making it too smooth. You need something for the gel to grip on. So yeah, this is what we're looking like. We're ready for gel application. I don't do the gel application in this video, but I do have a video where I do the application on my natural nails. I like to leave a hard gel or a builder gel of some kind on my natural nails at all times because I just feel like it helps. I have very brittle nails, just genetically I do, and then um I have like issues from the past of like being like malnourished and stuff like that. So I didn't really take too much care of myself back in the day. I was just focused on sports and ran myself ragged sports, and then I became an adult and I was working, going to college. So it just I didn't take good care of myself, and that showed through like my nails. Plus I was like a nervous nail biter back in the day as well. So I just don't think that they like to grow on their own very long. So keeping a layer of builder gel has allowed me to grow my nails just a little bit past my free edge. Now, I'm not ever going to grow my nails long, like I have mentioned before. I just don't find that it is worth the stress to try to grow my natural nails out. I let them grow just a little bit. Sometimes I do fun designs on them, like you had seen before, if I need a break, sometimes during the summer, or if I have a really busy part of my life coming up, I like to keep my nails a little bit shorter. And I do designs on them. I'll put a little bit of color on them, but sometimes I just leave the builder gel on. And Bling Galleria actually has a lot of super beautiful different color builder gels and rubber bases that if you don't want to do anything and you just want a little bit of strength, you can just throw that on and call it a day. But I do plan on grabbing some of those. I do have 2 new ones coming up that I'm going to be showing for the fall and the winter that I think are perfect, and I'm going to be using those. But I'm going to be showing you just this e-file bit and how I prep and use it. And yeah, I love this e-file. I have no bad things to say about it. It works great. I didn't even lose 1 bar of battery, and I did both hands. I don't do the other hand right now. I don't even think I do it on camera because it was late. I've been doing my nails late, but lately I feel like I've been getting older and older and older. Don't mind my index finger. I banged it like a month and a half ago now, and I hit it really hard on my table. I was putting my leg up and I hit the bottom. It got caught between my knee and the bottom of the table, and it like knocked me pretty good, but it's growing out and it's fine. So no worries there, y'all. But here, it may or may not go away, but either way, it'll grow out. Here is the builder gel I put on. I used an 8-in-1 builder gel. I absolutely love it, and I have no lifting ever, really. It's my favorite from Bling Galleria. It's just a nude, and it is so, so beautiful. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other hand off camera. I just feel like the angles are really hard to get when I use the e-file and my non-dominant hand. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that off camera, and then I will be back to show you what it looks like at the end with both hands done. But that is the color that is on that hand. It's just a nude, just enough to give it a little bit of color, a little bit of strength. I also am going to be trying out a couple of new colors. So yeah, just stay tuned if you would like to see that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this hand off camera because it's time. So now I have both hands done, and it is the next day. So I went ahead and went to bed after I finished my other hand, and this is the next day showing you the brand. It is GOGO. This particular one I'm going to link in the description box. There is, I think, a $15 code, a $10 or $15 off, so I would definitely jump on it. I think it's priced at about $100 or $109. So you'll get it for under $100. I think it was 102 something. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all consider subscribing, and I will catch y'all in the next video.